All right, hello everybody. I'm here with women's cross country and track and field, Linda Keller. Right in the middle of the track and field season, but let's go back to cross country. You were UMAC champion once again. Had a great season. Let's talk about the national meet. You ran with the top pack. You were up as high as fourth. You finished seventh, your best career finish. Talk about that race.
Just overall, the season was a lot stronger. Like, I know the first week we were here, I told Coach, like, it was going to be a good season. Just, like, the team was different. They were more positive than I've seen in the past, which, for me, that was nice. And then another thing that changed was that I wasn't, like, the younger classman. I was, like, the upperclassman at this point. So just, like, having to change how I respond to races and stuff. Like, I have to be the example instead of actually trying stuff out.
How was it being the upperclassman? You came in and you had a season where you won 5 of the 7 races you ran, and you finished second in one of the other ones. And then the other one was nationals where you were 7. So not only were you an older athlete, but you were definitely leading by example. Explain that, kind of how that was for you.
It actually just like that motivation to try to do well, just to show people like what hard work can achieve. Like, I know it's kind of hard running over the summer, so just being able to show everyone like if you put in that much work over the summer, you can improve actually immensely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you won your first regional championship in the Central Region this year after a good finish as a sophomore. So, how did that, taking that springboard into the national meet after winning that and being regional athlete of the year? Did that help, or was it just something you expected to do and you were moving on?
I wasn't really expecting much out of the regional meet, and I guess Coach might have secretly was hoping I was going to win it. But just like all year, we were just training about hitting like a pace that I should be able to achieve. I know at the beginning of the year I was struggling at it, but by the end I was like doing that pace with ease, and it wasn't as stressful anymore. And then just running with the guys team I usually run with for like tempos and stuff, and just like kind of the elbow stuff kind of built up.
Yeah, talk about that. I mean, you ran towards the top pack, so you were with a pretty fast group of girls the whole meet, and then you were kind of jostling it. You could see how you went up and people came back and caught you, and then came back up towards the top 10. So what is that like running in that pack, especially the fastest pack in the race?
For me personally, I don't really notice a difference because most of the year, like, I spend up in that front group.
Because in the UMAC race, you were a minute and a half ahead, so you're kind of on your own. So I mean, you went from being all alone to being with some competition. How's that changed for you?
It's not really that different. Like, nowadays, like, Coach actually tries to have me with people when I do workouts, so that way, if ever I'm stuck in a pack, I hopefully don't freak out like I have in the past.
So moving on to this season now in track and field, I mean, you didn't get much time off because you guys know you went right into training, but you had all that success. You ran with some pretty quality competition. You ran the national meet at the GRIAC with a bunch of fast kids, and now this season has already started off strong. You just set a school record in the 3,000 meter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How has it been going from that to track and field? And obviously the success is carried over, but what is that transition like for you every year?
For me, like, it's just a giant season. Like, I don't really distinguish the fact that we went from cross country to track or indoor to outdoor track. But like, the only difference is that we have more circles to go around instead of just the giant lap.
So what do you like better, the scenery or the circles?
I'm definitely gonna go with the scenery, and then like the fans are much better too. Like, I know cross country, there's like, you knew a lot of people, like the people that came to support you were like family or friends. So that was a better environment versus track. There's just random people screaming at you and you have no clue who they are. It's just like repetitive. That's the same person screaming at you.
Obviously you're a junior, so you're upperclassman. The track team has the same mentality kind of carried over, where you guys have other upperclassmen as well, and you have a strong team coming back after finishing second last year. Do you take more of a leadership role too, or is there other team members for that?
Well, for track, it's a bigger group, so obviously, like, you have like your leader in the jumpers, the sprinters, the throwing group, and then I kind of do my part like as best as I can. And like with my schedule nowadays, I'm not around practice as much as I'd like, but just like trying to be supportive for my teammates, even like outside of practice, is a good example for them. Like, just trying to keep a positive attitude in and out of practice.
Well, very good. You guys are in Stevens Point this weekend, and then before you know it, the UMAC championships are just 2 weeks away already
Yeah.
up in Duluth. So good luck this weekend, and looking forward to good things in Duluth.
Thank you.